Sup? Alright, back in Virginia. I did a lot of traveling this weekend. A lot. Feels like an eternity since I've done a vlog, but that's just because of how long the weekend was. Jeez. What is up, everybody? I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. I know I did. It was very busy. I recently just got back from Import Alliance in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was quite the experience. And that is why I am vlogging today. A lot of you guys have checked out the video I made of the weekend, and if you haven't seen it already, please, for the love of God, go watch it. Shot all day, both days, drove all the way home, and as soon as I got home, started editing. I edited until about 7 in the morning, took a power nap, woke up, edited the rest of the day, released it at 5 o'clock. So it was marathon editing nonetheless. But a lot of you guys who have watched the video really liked it, but a lot of you guys also wanted to hear, how was the experience? Was it worth it? How did it go? Was filming tough? Blah-de 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 blah. So I'm here to tell you my story on how Import Alliance went. First things first, Import Alliance from Richmond, Virginia, where I am from, is ballpark 530 miles away. It is at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and Atlanta Motor Speedway is on the south side of Atlanta, so it's another hour. The drive down went well. I thought about documenting and filming it, but it's already enough to worry about when you're by yourself on a long road trip and also trying to film at the same time. It's borderline dangerous because you get exhausted, you want to be focused, and messing with the camera at, the interstate all the time, it's just not ideal. When I finally arrived at my hotel, which was in the middle of nowhere, by the way, it was 7 miles away from the meet, my parking lot was comical. It was all like car enthusiast cars, tuner cars, what have you. Sonic boom sneeze, excuse me. I go down to this meet, I have nobody with me. I'm all by myself. So I just kind of take it easy, and I look around and there's like nowhere to eat in this area, like at all. I was like, I'm gonna have to freaking hunt deer to survive out here. So I get drive-through McDonald's, classy stuff. And I lay low and prepare for the next morning. So then the next morning, I wake up, I roll out of bed, and of course after that long road trip, I wasn't looking forward to waking up. I get up, get in the car, batteries are charged, SD cards are wiped clean, ready to go for the day. So I look at my gas meter and it's very, very low, like very low. And I'm like, well, I should probably get gas before the meet in case I have to sit in the meet traffic to get into the stadium. So I pull into the nearest gas station. It was about 2 miles away from the track, and it was the best decision I made. I was all alone, and I pulled into the gas station and I start to fill up, and a ton of the gas station was filled with people going to the meet. This just really shows how awesome this hobby is, even if you have nobody. I was filling up my gas tank, and 2 awesome guys came up to me and we started small talking about cars. Just like that. Never met me in my life, and they were 2 of the nicest guys. Another guy with an FRS was also super chill, and we were all hanging out, and they offered for me to roll into the meet with them. So automatically, bam, I already met people, and I was already pretty much home free. So we cruise into the meet together, and then there's this long array of traffic getting into the stadium itself. The security is actually very efficient there. They check your trunk and just simple things. And the biggest things they look for is alcohol, because it's not allowed into the meet you could see why, for kind of obvious reasons. But there is one of the vehicles in front of me, I'm not gonna say who, but they might be watching. Their coolers were filled with Jello shots, and the staff was just pouring them all out into the grass, essentially to ruin them, so they couldn't have them.
You didn't watch the abuse right now. Heartbreaking.
That abuse is what he's talking about. He's talking about the Jello shots being just destroyed. Put up my window a little bit because I know there's probably some wind noise. So we roll into the meet, and you go through the little tunnel that goes to the center of the NASCAR track. And of course, naturally, with all of these cars that are, car enthusiasts, of course you gotta make some noise. amazing seeing this huge convoy of enthusiasts rolling through. Once I got into the actual event, I got separated from the people I rolled in with, which was okay because, you know, I had a goal. I was filming. That's what I was there for. So I'm moving along the meet, and then I encountered one of my vlog shout-outs, David Randolph. Really nice kid. It was awesome. He was the first person to recognize me from YouTube, but it wasn't the last. Next, I ran into a guy named Josh. Josh is a super cool guy. He also made an Import Alliance video right here. And David and Josh ended up kind of chilling with me both days almost the entire time. So that was great having some company, and also they kind of knew who I was anyway. They didn't really have to get to know me because of obvious reasons. And Josh came up to me and goes, I know this might sound weird, but can I have a picture with you? I was like, yeah. Getting asked to take a picture with you guys is like the coolest feeling ever. Seriously, it means the world to me, and it really makes me think you guys care. It's awesome. And that was not the last either, let me tell you. I ended up meeting tons of you guys, and that's where I'm gonna segue into another story. After the first day of shooting, in this shot right here, I'm driving back to my hotel, and I pull into the Holiday Inn Express where I was staying, and the whole lot in the front was full because everybody had already gotten back. So I go into the back lot, and there's these 3 dudes all hanging around their car with their hood open. And they just stop what they're doing and they see me roll in. I pull into the parking space and I get out and go, hey, how you guys doing? You know, like I would to pretty much anybody I come across. They go, we're doing good, man. And then they just kind of stay a little bit quiet. And I go around to the other side of my car to get out my camera gear. And as soon as I grab my camera gear, one of the guys goes, I knew that was you. And they all knew who I was. And here's one of the dudes, Brian. And we stood there and had a great time talking and hanging out. This is the biggest surprise of all from the meet. As you guys know, I went in a domestic to an import meet, which I was afraid I'd be kind of like seen as a troll almost, you know, like, oh, I'm crashing your import meet, oh, blah, blah, blah. But that wasn't my intention, obviously. I wanted to go film and see some awesome cars. Out of all the meets I've ever been to, ever in the history of this channel, I got the least amount of hate and grief. I kid you not. Every single person that came up to me was very nice and did not hate on me or my car. You guys could probably understand, it gets really old being seen as just a Mustang guy, if that makes sense. A lot of people will prejudge me because I drive a Mustang, and mostly because I live in very much an import and tuner community. They think I'm gonna be that guy who drives the Mustang, and you know exactly who I'm talking about. So segueing into the next day. Next day rolls along, and this is where the majority of you guys said hi to me. I met tons of people, tons, and by the midday, I guess you could say, I went from being by myself to filming this event to having a whole group of people to hang out with and film at the same time. I think a lot of people take it as they would be interrupting me or, you know, taking time out of my day, but absolutely not. I love being around you guys. Another great thing was my friend Taylor Andrews. He lives on the other side of Atlanta, which, by the way, if anybody ever says they're from Atlanta, don't believe them. They live in probably one of the bajillion cities that surrounds Atlanta. Atlanta is ridiculously huge. And to visit my friend Taylor, I drove literally about 55 minutes. But here's the best part. I almost didn't go, but I'm so glad I did. And here's why. Atlanta is notorious for traffic. I mean, awful. Like, there's a reason why the traffic looks as bad as it is on The Walking Dead. It's pretty much reality. But I'm in traffic, and this Mazda 3 gets next to me. He rolls down his window and goes, I thought that was you. And I was like, and I was just caught off guard again. Like, I feel like I was almost short with him, but I didn't mean to be because I was just so shocked. I mean, think about how many people are in Atlanta. Out of all the people, he was one of my followers. He told me that him and his girlfriend watch my videos together. So David brings people together and makes people bond. Feels pretty good. But no, he brought up his girlfriend on FaceTime to prove I was next to him in traffic. If that isn't awesome, I don't know what is. When it comes to the cars, it did not disappoint. R33 Skylines, a plethora of beautiful 240 SXs. I'm a sucker for 240s. Like, if I had like a car on a budget, that's what I would get. I love them. And there was this one dude in a white 240 SX who pulled out with me. You can see him in front of me in this tunnel shot, and he told me to get on it, and he was like, okay, that was sweet. He had an ASR 20 motor in his, so I'd of course give respect to that. As for the drive back, it was kind of a little more laid back than the drive down. I mean, all the snacks I have to make it back home are still in here. Gushers are awesome. Make fun of me all you want. I don't care. They're delicious. So both days were very much successes, and I'm so proud to say that I have some amazing people that have my back. Every single one of you that I met, every single one was just so kind and so nice to me, and that means the world that you guys are that way. As you guys know, if you look on my channel pages in my videos, if there's a troll, I basically tell them to get the hell off. Our lives have enough negative crap in them. So the last thing I want is just some people hating on other cars, hating on other people. And if they hate on me, whatever. But if they hate on my friends or something like that, of course I defend them. If anybody attacked you guys, of course I would back you guys up too. So I love that basically every single one of you guys out of the 23,000 whatever subscribers I have at this moment are very down-to-earth people, and I love you guys. So in celebration of that, today's shout out of the day goes to all of you. Every single one of you guys. Side note though, there's this one Instagram user named Ariana who has a boyfriend who loves my videos and checks them out all the time, and she asked me to surprise him by giving him a shout out. So Ariana's boyfriend, you get a shout out. So thank you so much for watching my videos with your lady friend. But road trips are always times of thinking. They're always times to kind of reflect on where you are in your life, because you have so much time to think to yourself, especially if you're by yourself. And on that lovely note, I will end this story, and thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out my meat video if you haven't already, and thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. It means the world to me. It's a beautiful day here in Virginia, and I hope it is wherever you guys are. Have a great day, and take it easy. It's so good. It sounds so good. Wow, that was awkward. I apologize for all you guys had to see that.